everybody, it's Tamara from Prairie Town Girl here on Etc. Eyes, and we are on our last step of finishing up our classic gentleman's steampunk portfolio. So we've, on our other videos up till now, we created the folio base, we decorated it, and then we added a couple little things on the flaps here, and now we're just gonna make something to go in here. So I thought we could do a journal of sorts, or a little notebook, and I've got another piece of the file folder that we used for the base. I've still got a front or a back left, so I think we can just use this. And I think if I just fold it in half, just like this, this might be a pretty good, so I've got my papers ready to go here. I think that's a pretty good size, and it will fit nicely in here. And I think I might even just leave this tab at the top here. So all we need to do is, first of all, I think I want to I want to round that corner for sure. And you can use any corner rounder, of course. This just happens to be the one I have that works. I have to take the whole board out to use the corner rounder. And I've got one more piece of paper left from my paper pack. Just so you know, this is the paper pack that I'm using, the Classic Gentleman. And it comes in the 12 by 12, 6 by 6. You've got matching journaling cards. You got the whole shebang. And this is from Little Birdie Crafts. This is my design team project for this month for Little Birdie Crafts. So let's just see here what we can get out of this one sheet of paper. I think I can get both the front and the back off of this. I think that's almost exactly half. So we should be able to cover the front and the back. Yes, this will be perfect. So my little trick, because if you don't follow me normally, my little trick that I always do, because I hate measuring, is I just trace the outside. And then I will cut it to fit, following that line. Ta-da! Awesome. So now I'll just make another one for the back using this sheet. Maybe we'll make sure we get all these hats in here. And the trick for doing things this way is to cut on the inside of your tracing line. If you cut on the outside or right on it, you're going to be just probably a tiny bit too big. There we go. That'll go there. And then we'll have to find a couple pieces for the inside. So I'm going to ink these up and glue those on. I might have to go buy some more snail tape. I think I might be all out already. We'll see. But ideally that would probably be the best tape to use for this. If you have a really good quality glue stick, that would work as well. The glue stick I have here right now is not very good quality. It usually requires a couple of layers of glue before it will finally stick, so I much prefer the snail tape. That's it. That's the end of my snail tape. I'll put down a little bit of wet glue to make sure it stays in place. Oh, I forgot to follow my own advice. I should have inked the back of it as well, but that's okay. We'll do that in a second. But you can see here what happens where if it doesn't line up perfectly, you get a little sliver of white and it just stands right out. So make sure to ink that up. And that's just because the paper that I'm using is one-sided. You could try to trim that as well, but I do find that I usually get in trouble when I do that. I usually end up snipping too much. So what I should have done before I glued it down is I should have inked up this side as well. Okay, so I don't know if I want to use the wet glue on here or not. I just don't want it to seep through. I think I'm going to wait until I go out and grab another one of these, and then we'll put this one down, and then we will decorate the inside a bit, and the papers will just go right inside. Now the papers are quite a bit smaller, but that's okay. Once it's all together, I think it'll come together just fine. Yeah, this will be cool. I don't think I want to cover this up, this part, because the person I give this to then could sort of write the date or the subject or whatever. They can use this to label what this is. So hang tight and I'll be right back with more glue and then we will continue. Okay, I think where I left off was I just needed a bit more tape. So I've got more tape. I've added it to my cover here, and I'm just going to add that on. Now, so I've put a little pocket in here because I've got all of this writing on my inside of my folder here, so I wanted to cover it up with a couple of pockets that I use the journaling cards for. So I just cut a little half circle here for a little thumb hole, And then instead of laying it like straight down, I made some little accordion pieces here. Let's see here, I forgot to make one. So I just took some book pages, and I need to make another one here. I'm just going to fold it into sort of a accordion shape, because I want it to have a little bit of give, a little bit of room to put stuff in there. And we'll just chop that off. And as usual, this isn't an exact science. I'm just sort of eyeballing what works. So these are going to be my sides, these little ones that have like a lightning bolt or a Z shape. And then this one is just a little V or a tent, and that's going to be my long edge. And for these, I'm going to use this glue, this messy wet glue, but it's nice and strong, so I do like to use it. So my Z is gonna fold out that way. I don't know if it really matters, but yeah, I like to have it so that well, I'll show you once I lay it down. Maybe that'll be easier. And so for this long piece, it's going to go across the bottom, and it's going to go on top. Let's see, no, we'll put it underneath in here, like that. So you've got this going here, and then down here it looks like that. And then we're going to glue all of this, and then you'll see how it gives it just a little bit of a gusset, a little bit of room for opening. I just think it's a little bit more practical than laying it right flat down onto the folder. You want to make sure to get a little bit of glue under there so that sticks down. Okay, and then I want to go just a little ways away from that center fold so that it doesn't get in the way. There we go. And now, because that's a wet glue, I'm going to put something heavy on top and let that sit for a little while. And where's my lid? Yeah, so I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. And yeah, I've got my papers ready to go. Then I'll sew my papers in, or however I'm going to put them in, and do a little decorating and that kind of thing. So I'm going to leave that there for today, but make sure to come back tomorrow, because I'll have this little notebook finished, and we'll put it in the folio, and I have a couple of little secret extra things that I'm going to add, and I'm going to show you the whole thing all together in sort of a grand unveiling. Yeah, so if you're following along with me, you can make your notebook, and we'll finish it all up together tomorrow. So I hope that gives you some ideas to get things wrapped up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you stopping by, and come back tomorrow and we will finish the whole thing up. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.